Countdown is a horror movie from first-time director Justin Deck starring people. I'm wearing a hat today. In this movie, we follow a nurse named Quinn who downloads a hot new app that counts down to the moment you die. When the app tells Quinn she only has 2 days to live, she freaks out and tries to figure out how to beat the clock. Yeah, this movie was not the best, but it does star Tom Segura, aka DJ Dadmouth, aka Tommy Buns, aka The Water Champ, and I'm happy to report he's wearing his jeans high and tight. Countdown seems like two different horror movie concepts into one. It's got elements of The Ring and of Final Destination, but without the clever tension of The Ring or the fun elaborate gory death scenes of the Final Destination movies. The premise is pretty stupid and it raises a lot of questions. The movie answers some of them, but the rules and consequences are very blurry, and that's not something you want from a horror movie. In real life, there are thousands of these jokey apps, and nobody in their right mind takes these things seriously. But in this movie, everybody seems to be shocked when an app tells them they're going to die. And mind you, that's before they find out it's real. Oh, and by the way, the app in the movie is about 60 gigabytes. I don't know about you, but I don't know anyone with that kind of free space on their phone. Teen horror movies have always been kinda dumb, that's nothing new, but at least when I was younger, those movies were rated R, so we had titties and we had gore. Nowadays, it's unnecessary teen drama and jump scares. The drama in this case is this sexual harassment #MeToo thing that was shoehorned into the story. It felt like pandering and it was unnecessary because ultimately that storyline didn't matter to begin with. But this is a horror film, so is it scary? Well, not really. The death scenes are pretty boring and unimaginative, and as you might expect from a typical teen horror movie in 2019, it's one jump scare after the other. They even did the same one twice within a few minutes. The characters make odd choices, mainly the main protagonist Quinn is a little weird. She goes from a normal person to full-on nurse Nancy Drew, and even goes as far as to steal a dead person's phone at some point. Again, these are extreme reactions before she knows the truth about the app. Which, by the way, is the dumbest part of the film. This is a spoiler, sort of, because the plot is so simple it doesn't really ruin the movie, but if you care about that, skip to this time code. At some point in the movie, we learn from a hipster priest played by PJ Byrne that the app was made by a demon named Ozin, and he explains that the demon has been around for centuries. The funny thing is, right after you download the app, you have to agree with the terms and conditions, which basically says if you don't accept your fate, the demon's gonna get you. And I can just picture that demon sitting behind a laptop coding all this nonsense. It's really fucking dumb. The only good thing about this film is Tom Segura. He's the water champ and he's the best, but he only has a small part in the movie. And I have to admit there was one jump scare that was actually scary instead of just startling. I know there aren't many horror films coming out around Halloween this year, but you're better off watching anything else because Countdown is a half-eaten sandwich. By the way, I downloaded the app on my phone and it says I'm gonna live past 100. Which is totally bullshit because I know for a fact I'm gonna die within